What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family? One Eyebrow back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 8 and what Greg Nicotero said about episode 801 and how it starts. So obviously, spoiler warning if you don't want to know any of this information about Season 8, episode 1, the beginning and what it means, or what we think it means. We'll talk about it. So like I said, stop watching now if you don't want to know. But for those who want to know and discuss it, here we go. Now, I'm very excited about episode 801. How about you? So Greg Nicotero said this: "We start season 8 with a close-up shot of Rick Grimes, and we soon feel that he is the one who dominates the plot, not Negan." So obviously, we know Rick Grimes is the face, the person, the man of The Walking Dead. But for them to say, or Greg Nicotero to say, we start season 8 with a close-up shot of Rick Grimes. So what does that mean? We're going to talk about it in a second here, but what do you think it means? Post your comments below. But for anyone to think that Negan is taking over the show, just stop. Rick Grimes is the man. He's the man we've been following since the first second of the series to 100 episodes. Episode 801 will be the 100th episode of the series. Hopefully we get 100 more. I can't wait for it. How about you? I'm excited for it. But let's talk about what Greg Nicotero said. He's the executive producer. He did episode 801. He's awesome. He does a great job. So a close-up of Rick Grimes. Is it this? In the trailer, we see this how it ends in the trailer. Robert Kirkman said that we will know what it means after the first episode. But will he mean the first moments of the first episode? Robert Kirkman is pretty vague. But if it is this, which it very well could be, Rick Grimes could wake up as Old Man Rick, and everything we've seen out of the war could be a flashback of Rick Grimes, of the time jump. Then we finally catch up to it in the second part of season 8, if not the latter part of season 8, at the very end of it possibly. Or we could get a close-up of Rick Grimes where he wakes up at a bed like this, and the episodes, starting with episode 801 and the further 16 episodes, we get to see the war as it's already been done in a flashback state. So it could be done like that. I don't know if I agree with it or not, but it doesn't matter if it's done right. I think that Old Man Rick will come about maybe at the very beginning of 801. It's very possible. I don't know for sure. It's just reading into what Greg Nicotero said. Then it finally catches up with time, because they love to kind of be cinematic with things. Or it could start with this, where Rick, the actions picks up, goes right into it. But I kind of would think it starts with the Old Man Rick flashback theory. That I kind of like that idea the more I think about it. So what do you think about it? Post your comments below, guys. But All Out War will be the bulk of the season, if not all of the season. So either way, it doesn't really matter. And Rick Grimes is the face of the show. So I don't know where he's put that in there, as the plot is not on Negan, it's on Rick. It was about Rick in season 7 and how he was dealing with Negan, how he came into it, and now we have this new problem of Negan, and now Rick and Maggie and Ezekiel and Jesus and Daryl and everybody are going against Negan, and that's what it's all going to be about for season 8. All Out War should be awesome. But I could easily see the Walking Dead writers be like, you know what we're going to do? It's going to be a boom state, Old Man Rick, and then the war of flashbacks in episodes, the whole preceding, information of the war, how they saw it, but it's catching up to the eventual storyline of Rick being old, being wounded from the war, like we know in the comics. If they're going to do that, will they capture Negan? Will we see Rick talking to Negan in the jail cell that Morgan made in season 6? Possibly. It'd be very well possible that could happen. But the war is coming either way, if it's flashback or we're catching up with, if it's happening in real time, or it's Rick reliving the war or showing the war from his mind, or what happened, or something. Because Rick's most likely going to be in every episode of season 8, and I can't wait to see how they do it. I'm interested to know your thoughts. Do you think it'll be starting with present day Old Man Rick in episode 801, and then we see the war in flashbacks or previous, like it's a rewinded time, and then it finally catches up again where Rick is still old in the second part, if not the end of season 8? I think that is a very high possibility of it happening that way. Like I said, I don't know any inside information. I'm just reading into what Greg Nicotero said, and it's just one little line. But it just makes me think about season 8 and how they'll start it and how they'll end it. And I could just see the writers, Scott Gimple and everybody saying like, all right, this is how we're going to do it, guys. It's going to be old man Rick and it's going to freak people out. And then we're going to say, oh, wait, but that's present day Rick right now. What do you mean it's present day Rick? Oh, we're going to go back to flashbacks and the whole war is going to be actually in the past that we've seen it and we're catching up to now. And we actually have a time jump and we finally get caught up in the time jump in the second half of season 8. It's going to be great, guys. Let's do it. But as we know, they love callbacks and Easter eggs on The Walking Dead. And season 8 and primarily episode 801 will continue the trend of tons and tons of Easter eggs and callbacks to earlier seasons of The Walking Dead from season 1 to season 7. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait for the callbacks and the Easter eggs, the little nuances that they put in there too. I love those little things and I look for them. So there you go, guys. Just some information about episode 801 and the start of season 8. Check out the Facebook page of the PT channel. We got a Facebook page just for that. Live streaming on Sundays, especially when The Walking Dead comes back in October and when Fear the Walking Dead comes back in September. We're going to stick to the 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Check out my Fight for Us book series on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. The Amazon link is in the description. We got books 1 and 2 available now. Book 3 will be out very soon, hopefully this week. Fight for Us, The Beginning. Fight for Us, Reunited. I'm excited about the books. Books 1 and 2 are available now on Amazon.com, Kindle, and Fight for Us. Refuge is my 3rd book. I'm very excited about this. Book 3 is by far the best book that I've written. Best storyline. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at the PT channel. Very excited for that. Check out the Walking Dead community page and group on Facebook. All are welcome to join, both the group and the page. And if you can, guys, hit that subscribe button. Help me achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. Tell your friends, tell your family. Continue to grow this channel. You guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.